This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Thank you for listening. Here are 13 stories we're following this morning, and bear with us. Thank you for listening. First, the markets point down this morning on a number of data points, more and more details of the debt deal coming out, and just the market had already sort of incorporated the fact that a debt ceiling deal was going to be made, and now sort of the aftermath of that is seeing the markets down this morning. Second, the S&P 500 was flat yesterday. The NASDAQ was slightly up, and the Dow was slightly down. Third, the one-year Treasury flat at 5.25, 5.26%, just down a couple basis points. The 10-year dropped nearly 10 basis points, again, on the long-term concerns that we'll be seeing a recession over the longer term. Fourth, Bitcoin dropped back to 27,100 yesterday after being up to 28,000. Fifth, oil dropped $5 a barrel to open at $67 a barrel today. That's the lowest I've seen that in some time. Sixth, thrilled for the upcoming Becker's Healthcare Orthopedic Spine and Pain Management Driven Ambulatory Surgery Center Conference that's June 15th to 17th in Chicago. I get to moderate 6 different panels. Couldn't be more excited about that. Seventh, Tesla jumped nearly 4% yesterday. Again, continued to rebound. NVIDIA, a similar story. Eighth, excited for record turnout this fall at Becker's Healthcare, Health IT, Digital Health, and Revenue Cycle meeting. If you want more advice about that record-sized meeting, talk to Jessica Cole. Ninth, fascinating to visit with the brilliant entrepreneur backed by Andreessen Horowitz and General Catalyst, Munjal Shah, introduced to me by Glenn Zweig. What a pleasure to meet such interesting, driven, motivated, smart people. Just amazing. 10th, I was also thrilled on the Becker's Healthcare podcast to visit with Ashish Shah. Dr. Ashish is the CEO of Dina, and he talked about both the problem they're trying to solve as well as the growing, challenge in terms of elderly people going on the Medicare and having to navigate and so forth and how they deal with it. And we talked a lot about, how they solve a key problem and what they're doing and building a business and more. 11th, the United States Congressional Budget Office says the debt bill will cut $1.5 trillion in deficits over a decade. We'll see if that happens. 12th, and one of the most ridiculous things I'm seeing out there, Bud Light is still suffering horribly from their boneheaded marketing thing. I view the boycott concept of Bud Light as ridiculous. I view the whole thing as ridiculous. But Anheuser-Busch is down 10% year to date based on this whole situation. And finally, 13th, incredible news with Dr. Robert Groves, Executive Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Banner Aetna. His podcast, what a great host and pleasure that was. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Thank you very, very much.